Okay, I've had some requests on cutting people out and putting them in a different background, or cutting objects out and putting them in a different background. So I'm going to use this scene here. This is the background. I'm going to do Command J to make a duplicate copy. And then I'm going to pick a subject. And let's see. I use these guys. So these guys are here. So I'm going to accept that. And I'm going to select. Now I've been using subject select, and it works really good. So there I go. That looks like I did a good job. I'll zoom in to have a look. There's a little bit here I gotta correct. Looks good. There's a little bit in there. That's a good selection. Just select subject. And I'm just gonna minus this piece. Just hit the Alt button. Just minus that a little bit, and then we're gonna add that back a bit. There and there. That's a pretty good overall selection. I'm pretty happy with that. Get that shoelace in. Now we can take this part out down here. Oops, went too far. That usually happens. I'll just click it back in. Okay, we can fix that in Photoshop. Okay, so let's select mask. Now we can take this part out here. If whenever you see a white spot, that means it didn't select that part of it. So you can just take a small brush and just tap it down like that. And that gets rid of that. And we get a little bit in the air here. Tap it out. A bit more up here. Hair is tough. But I'm going to say that's good enough. I'm going to say OK. So my settings here, and when I say OK, is I'm going to decontaminate. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Decontaminate colors. 100%. New layer with a layer mask. And OK. And there's my couple. And they're a little bit on the big side. So I'm going to do Command T. And I'm going to shrink them down a bit. I don't know. I think that would be about it. What do you think, folks? Let's take them down a little more, because I want to do something else with this. Command T. Bring them down and put them up there. That looks about right. That looks about right. So that's it. So you take it out. Then you can put a shadow in here. Put a layer down here. And when I do have trouble with shadows, but when I do make them, I'll use this gradient mask up here, which is a simple and transparent to dark. It's just one of your basic ones. And then I'll use the oval, the radial, and I'll pull something like that, and I'll do Command T and just shrink this in. And then I'll just drop the opacity on that, because it's there's no real harsh light there, so. And I'll leave it like that. I'll say okie dokie. So there's your finished product. That's how you do it. Now I'm gonna drop that a little bit more. Yeah. And I'm gonna do a blur in here too. I'm gonna do a tilt shift blur. I'm gonna add a mask in case I have to come back and adjust it. But I'm gonna go to Filter, Blur Gallery, Tilt Shift. I'm gonna drop this down a bit here, and this up a bit here. And basically, I can just blur that a little bit more. And I think that's about it. So we're going to say OK. Now we come down here. We can blur that a little bit more if you want, or not. We can't blur it more, but we can take some of it out of there. So we go to the mask. We'll go with the brush. We can just come along here. Try a black brush. So you just come along here a bit, and you can just come down a bit if you want, so it's not so much. That's it. That's pretty much it. And so I've changed the subject. I've put them in a different background, and I've just blurred it somewhat. We could do another blur where we could take that right out and just do a Command J. So that's this, and just do a field blur. Now that just blurs the whole thing. So you say OK. Then you come back here and put a mask on it. And then you can say, well, this is a depth, so I want to keep pretty much this depth is going to be sharp, and the rest is not. So now we're going to come in here with a brush and just paint that out. And that wasn't truly the whole thing. Deselect. Now, I'm going to add this back in. I'm going to go put a white brush in. Just add this. And so we get rid of that blurry line, or that hard line. And then back here we can just blur that out a bit. And that's it. That's another way to blur the background and blur the foreground a bit. I gotta work on my shadows. Okay, thank you for watching. Talk to you later.